Hey, all you cool cats and kittens, it's Carole Baskin from Big Cat Rescue. In Big Cat News, I have on the bigcatrescue.org/news page, animal environmental organizations call on White House to support G20 ban on the wildlife trade. That would be wonderful. Where lions operate, grazers congregate, provided food is great. Lion danger can foster mixed species herds in Africa's Serengeti. Yeah, like it's the whole circle of life thing. They all work together. Two subspecies of cave lion identified, genetics, paleontology, and that's in Sci Fi News. Oh, that's interesting. And then most of the rest of this is about Jeff Lowe. So, Tiger King star Jeff Lowe's federal license to exhibit big cats suspended. Tiger King Zoo closed effective immediately. Jeff Lowe says he forfeited USDA exhibitor's license. Not clear as to the timing on that. I think the letter said it was August the 13th that they suspended his license, and then he claimed later, like I think around the 18th or so, that he forfeited it willingly. So we'll see how that shakes out. A tiger cub injured in Mukundra Reserve dies in the Kodo Zoo, and the missing sibling is feared dead. Looks like that poor baby was starving for a while. And then this was a surprise to me. I hadn't heard this until I came here today to read the news, and it says Tiger King's Jeff Lowe faces court and protests in Las Vegas. So he had gotten in trouble in Las Vegas for doing business without a license. He was wanting, I think what he was planning to do was cup petting out of his home and out of the casinos. Didn't have a license to do that. Had a jungle bus thing where he was picking people up on the strip and driving them around and charging them to pet tiger cubs and lion cubs and maybe a lemur. So anyway, he got in trouble in Las Vegas back in 2017, I think it was. And the judge had him in jail for a while, let him loose, and said just stay out of trouble and pay $10,000 as a restitution, or I think it may have gotten reduced to $2,500. Anyway, I didn't know he was going back to court. I don't know what that's about, but I will be very interested in following that. Another one that says Tiger King Zoo shut down after feds suspend its license. PETA reports feds suspend the license of Jeff Lowe of Tiger King. Conservationists are solving a big cat mystery in the big city of Ecuador. That sounds exciting. Ooh, maybe a jaguar. Yeah, have to read that one. The missing, mistreated tigers, ligers, and wolves described in the USDA report on Joe Exotic's former zoo. This is the GW Zoo. And if you go to tigercubabuse.com, I've updated that page with the complaint USDA filed against Jeff Lowe and Lauren Lowe and the GW Zoo. And there's also the letter from USDA to Jeff Lowe. I forget what was in the letter. Oh, the letter was saying that when his license was suspended, this was another thing I didn't know, is when they suspend your license, then you can't transfer animals. And so that's really a good thing, I think. So it sounds like what USDA is trying to do is force the person not to quietly make all those animals disappear. And so he'll be held responsible, I hope, for where those animals end up if they aren't there when USDA shows up. So I was really glad to see that letter. And then there's also a news report letter, learn to exist with mountain lions. We absolutely need to do that. And the ALDF applauds a long overdue closure of the Tiger King Zoo and urges that the animals be transferred to sanctuaries. Joe Exotic Zoo closed. Carole Baskin fears for the animals. That was in the Mary Sue. And then I have a coordinator report from Lauren Grant, and she says it was a busy, busy flea med day, the day we treat all the cats for fleas. Big, huge thank you to Marie, Mark, Candy, Trevor, Bethany, and MJ for coming to help feed and dole out flea meds with me, Afton, Aaron, Dylan, Jordan, and Kat. It went so smoothly, and we couldn't have done it without your help. Jane and Barbara came in to join for cleaning, getting sign-offs from Emma and Jordan. During cleaning, Dylan, Kat, and Shyler cleaned up one side of Kelowna and Dryden, the bobcats' enclosure. After lunch, Candy mowed around the front of Priya and Duchess, the tigers' enclosures. Trevor, Dylan, Jordan, and Emma mowed along the lake behind Aria Tiger and Amanda Tiger. Bethany and MJ worked on trying to get some old enrichment out of the big cat enclosures. That can be a challenge because cats tear it up into a gazillion little pieces of cardboard and paper. Sebastian, Schuyler, and Kat did food prep. After working so hard, everyone was able to do some operant or hand out some enrichment. It was such a great day, and thank you again for everyone who came in to help out. And then today we had a big powwow with the people from Verkada. It's a camera company. It makes cameras like the Nest cams, just a whole lot better quality. And it was an extensive meeting that I'll tell you more about. But one of the things that they did was they donated 3 cameras to us. And so Randall, our IT guy from Perfection Computers, installed the first one on Nikita Lyon's feeding lockout, and it's actually in the lockout, so you guys can see her right up close and personal when she comes in there to get a drink and when she eats, and the quality is fabulous. So I have shared the link with a few people to make sure that everything goes all hunky-dory, and then we'll be sharing that link with you so that you guys can see that too. And you can find us on all of the social sites as Big Cat Rescue. On Snapchat, we are Big Cat Rescuer, and on TikTok, we are bigcatrescue.org. Stay cool, cats.